My name is Dr. Bohdan Kordan. I'm a professor at the University of Saskatchewan, St. Thomas More College. I've been involved in the redress movement since 1988, and I've written extensively on the subject of internment. My most recent publication is titled No Free Man. We were commissioned to do a atlas regarding Ukrainian settlement in Western Canada, and one of the plates in the atlas had to do with locating the 24 internment camps across Canada. I was at the National Archives of Canada, and while I was looking through a handful of documents which I had discovered regarding the Eaton Internment Camp, there was a telegram, and at the top of the telegram said Eaton siding. When you go to any atlas or a map of that particular period of time, there is no such place. So I turned to the Henderson directory, and lo and behold, there was a map. And when I looked at the map, it indicated along the railway track a place called Eaton, if you will, 7 kilometers west of Saskatoon. I traveled down this highway, and I noticed that there was a Saskatchewan Railway Museum. There was a curator. I turned to him and I asked him, what is this place? And he said, well, for the longest time, it was called Hawker, Saskatchewan. And I said, but could it possibly be named Eaton? And he said, well, in 1925, the name had changed to Hawker, largely because of the difficulties in sending materials to Eaton because of confusion with the name Eatonia. The site proved less than hospitable, if only because dead of winter, February 1919. And so as soon as you had internees arrive here, I believe there was several that escaped. And so within a course of 24 days, the idea ultimately is that they had to go to a more secure site. So the internees were placed in railway cars and sent off to a more secure facility, Amherst, Nova Scotia.
My name is Cal Sexsmith. I'm the chair of the Saskatchewan Railway Museum. This car behind us is a 1880s vintage boxcar that was used in the construction of the transcontinental line in the 1880s. It is probably cars similar to this that the internees would have been housed in as part of the work trains.
Most of these individuals were brought to their site of interment by rail. And there's a double irony in all of this, in the sense that these individuals, in effect, who were brought here to a place of unfreedom, in fact, found themselves also looking at these trains as a possible route of escape. It is a story, ultimately, that is one that we need to remember because it has to be told and retold to our children and our children's children, because it is a story of rights. It is a story of individuals, in effect, who had come here for a better life, but in effect found themselves at risk. And we need to tell that story so that other generations will be, in effect, responsible for carrying on the idea that, in effect, unless we are prepared to defend those rights, we may very well suffer the same fate.